Om Yo Brahmanam Vidadhati Purvam Yo Vai Vedanshcha Prahinoti Tasmai Tam Hadevamatma Buddhi Prakasham Mumukshurvai Sharanamaham Prapadye. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartribhyo Vamshirshibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha Sarvopaplavarahitaha Prajnanghanaha Pratyagartho Brahmaivahamasmi Brahmaivahamasmi Om Vedantartha Vibhasakaya Gurave Shantaya Sannyasine Nanavadi Nagendra Sanghapavaye Yogindra Vandyaya Cha Mohadvanta Divakaraya Bhagavat Pada Vidham Bibhrate Tasmai Bhashyakrite Namostu Satatam Purnaya Bodhatmane Om. It is always the excess of desire which makes a person transgress dharma. If a person has the abominable degree of ambition or any other desire, when the desire is not within the limits, then the transgression of dharma is bound to happen. And when a person does not have any respect for the life of righteousness, the person may acquire a lot of wealth and power. He can amass means of pleasure, yet this person, in all his arrogance and in the delusion of having become the God who can control the world around him through his wealth, through his power, will still be nowhere close to the truth of life. That truth which releases a person from all the miseries. This arrogant person will still be the victim of his insecurities, will still be a dissatisfied person, a person who is angry at this world, a person who's still fuming and fretting. And he's just like a volcano which is waiting to erupt any moment. Therefore, now once when a person, anyone who understands that desire is the driving force, driving energy of life, but this desire needs to be well guarded. It needs to be properly channelized. It is the driving force, but you should know where it should drive you. Just that because you're sitting in a car and pump the gas, the vehicle may run so fast. But if this vehicle controls you now, which means you are no longer the master, then you are bound for a mishap. Desire is also good, but this desire needs to move through the channels of dharma. Only then can this desire fulfillment can bring about an evolution in a person. Otherwise, this one project of just having the desire fulfillment by itself will become a curse, because desires have a very notorious nature. When a desire is fulfilled, it multiplies. When a desire is thwarted, it creates frustration and anger. Obviously, a frustrated and angry, disappointed person is not a happy person. And a person now who is entangled, enmeshed with innumerable desires is also an anxious person, not at rest, not at peace, not a person who has discovered a stable footing in life. And therefore, whether desire is fulfilled or desire is not fulfilled, in both the cases, the person will remain restless. Of course, angry person is not at rest, not at peace. And the other person who is anxious with his own desires to be fulfilled is not at peace. Therefore, I said that the desire has a very notorious nature. Whether fulfilled or unfulfilled, it still will leave restlessness in its wake. It still will leave the person thirsty, asking for more. But let us not just say that desire is bad, because desire is a driving force. And Bhagavan Shri Krishna, as a teacher, recognizes this power of the desire. He is not just going to say that take this desire and throw it down the drain. It cannot happen. this driving force with all its intensity needs to be properly channelized. It needs to be given a direction, and that is given by dharma. So the foremost thing that should happen even before a person can say, I'm spiritual, is when a person starts living a righteous life. And with this righteousness, which means doing the right things in his capacity. In different words, doing his duties. But along with that, when he now sees, and if he is able to have one more aspect to all the endeavors that he's putting in life, and that aspect is of Ishvara Aradhana. The word Aradhana means worship. Worship of Ishvara. So all this activities, endeavors, righteous life that he is living, fulfilling his duties, when he sees that as the way to worship Ishvara, now this becomes karma yoga. Then after, this karma yoga is able to lift the psychology of a person to such a height, into a dimension where the person now wants to know the truth of life. He wants to know what is it that can set him free from this constant sense of incompletement, from this constant sense of unfulfillment, incompleteness and unfulfillment. And therefore, now that he is seeking liberation, freedom, because he has recognized what is dukkham, truly speaking. Till this point, we do not even know what is dukkham from which we want to set ourselves free. Up to this point, one feels not having a car, not having this much bank account, not getting married, not having children, not having something, not having that, not having the due recognition, applause, approval. All these things is what he may call as dukkham. But really speaking, he will understand dukkham means the sense of incompleteness. And this sense of incompleteness will not go by making additions of bigger mansions and palaces, more number of cars and more women and more pleasures and more power and more position and more recognition, or even reaching some celestial world, but only in discovering that the self, this I that I am, is complete. This I cannot be made complete. If it can be made complete, if this I can be made infinite by adding finite things, then perhaps the rich people are privileged. The powerful people are privileged. By adding something of the other, they can become infinite, unlimited, limitless. But that is not true. And therefore, now he also understands from the teachings of the Vedanta that it is in knowing this Atma is already by its own nature limitless, Ananta. It is only the question of knowing or not knowing. If one has known, he will be free. And as long as it is not known, dukkham will chase you like a persistent ghost. Therefore, you do not require anybody else's approval, recognition to know whether you are enlightened or not. Your heart, your own experience is the best witness. Ask yourself, is the dukkham still felt or not? If it is, then the knowledge has yet not taken place. By you narrating strange experiences of watching some lights descend from the sky, or your stranger experiences of meditation is your enlightenment, nothing of this can really prove any enlightenment. There is only one and only one thing which can really say whether you're free or not, and that is, do you see the dukkham duality or not? What is the status of this dukkham? What is the status of duality for you? Therefore, now, this spiritual journey means the journey towards knowledge. And for knowledge to take place, one requires a mind which is not distracted, mind which will not distort the knowledge, which will allow the knowledge to take place, which will be without any distortion, because distorted knowledge is not knowledge. And if it is not knowledge, then it is ignorance only. Therefore, friends, the entire spiritual journey is not about strange experiences that you have. The spiritual journey is not even about how many people you are able to impress and make followers. How many people salute and seek your blessings. Your spiritual journey simply means how prepared you are, how closer you are to receive the knowledge. And when you are absolutely prepared for knowledge, one very important thing will happen, and that is all the achievements and attainments of this world or of the other world will lose all their significance. Not that this is a philosophy of a failure person. This is not a story of sour grapes, because this knowledge has been endorsed by most accomplished people. Everyone, whether it is Arjuna or Shri Krishna or Shankaracharya or anyone, till this point of time in history, are the people who have left such an imprint in the sands of time that it is impossible to have them forgotten. That's why now mumukshu means a person who is desirous of liberation. We are going to find two kinds of mumukshus. One, who are yet not prepared for knowledge, and the second one, who is absolutely ripe and prepared for knowledge. The one who is now prepared for knowledge means he wants nothing else other than knowledge. He doesn't look for any other things in this world. Recognition or approval, appreciation, power, position, pleasures, wealth, securities. He doesn't look for anything. None of these things are able to allure him any longer. You may remember Nachiketa's case, where this small little young boy tells Mrityu, Tavaiva vaha tavanritya gite. This is a very, very interesting upakhyan. Just imagine one thing. If you and me, we were told that we have only 24 hours to live, what are you going to do? You have just last 24 hours. And we are giving you the freedom to do whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to enjoy, whatever you want to experience. This is the only time. Because at the end of the 24th hour, as the needle of this clock is going to strike 12, you are going to drop dead. You have only 24 hours. I'm sure most of us will do those things which we have stopped ourselves from doing. Because in this 24 hours, nothing is going to be illegal, nothing is going to be illegitimate, everything is okay. And whatever you want is going to become available. Whatever you want to eat, whatever you want to drink, whatever you want to experience, go do it. In this case, none of us are going to sit over there and then say, Adhihi Bhagwan Brahmeti. Lord, please, O Master, instruct me in Brahma Vidya, the knowledge of the self. Look at that. Nachiketa has done that which is impossible. That's why Nachiketa is this stalwart, is this star, is a north star in this galaxy. Nachiketa in the face of death, Mrityu. Mrityu means god of death or death himself. Nachiketa stands face to face, and Nachiketa is offered everything which you and me can only just imagine. He is given immense wealth, gold, pleasures, power, everything. And it is not only a question of 24 hours. Nachiketa is given all these things as long as Nachiketa wants it to enjoy. For long, long, long time. And Nachiketa refuses. Tavaiva vaha tavanritya gite, keep it with you. All this fun and frolic, keep it to yourself. Tavanritya gite, whatever is this nritya gita, etc., that you are providing, dance and drinks and food and pleasure, keep it. Gold and diamonds, keep it. I don't need it. Mrityu is perplexed. He asks, then what is it that you want? Nachiketa says, I want Brahma Vidya. I want to know how this Atma is Brahman. Give me that knowledge. This is the reason why Nachiketa is a blazing star, a shining star. Mumukshus are of two kinds. Both of them are mumukshus, meaning both of them want liberation. Both of them want the knowledge, but one of them is yet not prepared. But he recognizes, yes, this is what is wanted. The second one is all prepared. He has no distraction. He has no other desire other than the desire to be liberated, desire to know Atma, nothing else. And therefore, the second one is the mumukshu who is capable of giving up karma and only dwelling in knowledge, or giving himself to the pursuit of knowledge. Therefore, there is karma sannyasa possible for the mumukshu, but the second type of mumukshu. For the first type of mumukshu, who will have to follow the karma yoga, and by following the karma yoga, he will also arrive at the point where now he will be able to say, nothing more. Paramatma alone is what I want. Nothing else. Nothing matters. People will come and go. Their opinions about me as good and bad will keep on changing. How long am I to pursue these people? Plead them and cajole them to have good opinion about me. Forget it. Forget even chasing all these pleasures because they are so short-lived. All our lives, even if it is pursued, it still will leave only asking for more thirsty, more dissatisfied. That's why now I want to Paramatma alone, and this is the point where the Karma Yoga will bring you to. And therefore, though this person still wants to know Paramatma, but he will also have a great degree of peace in him, which is not possible for anybody else other than people who are still chasing the world in some of the other form. Therefore, Karma Yoga is something that should be followed, without which arriving at Karma Sannyas will not be possible. This is the knowledge that Sri Krishna Bhagavan has imparted till this point. And those who are able to see the merit of this teaching, those who are able to see the importance, substance of this teaching, will be able to follow, will be able to practice it. And they too shall soon reach the freedom from karma. This is what was said by Bhagavan till this point. Now he speaks about those people who do not see the virtue, the merit of Karma Yoga. But for them, Karma Yoga, etc., is just a useless thing. Their philosophy is, do what you want to do, just don't get caught. You are doing okay as long as you do not get caught. For these people, these are the real escapists, because they are constantly escaping being caught. And therefore, for them, Karma Yoga or life of righteousness is only something that is meant for the weaker section. If you are powerful, you will be able to have as much wealth and snatch wealth and power and positions and pleasures. All these things will be at your command. And so for them, life of righteousness has no meaning. Life of Karma Yoga has no meaning. Therefore, these are the people who are going to see the dosha, some defect in this teaching which is so faultless. which is so defectless, which is a wonderful solution for personal life as well as for the world. Just imagine a world where people, because they perform their duties, by us doing duties, the responsibility of other people is fulfilled. By you doing your duties, responsibilities are fulfilled, and which means that the rights of others are protected. So you protect the world, and other people then in response, they also protect. And thus there is a symbiotic relationship with the world. Both of us, then the world and the individual, nourish each other. This is what Shri Krishna Bhagavan told us. Parasparam bhavayantaha shreyah paramavapsyata. When you do your duties, and others also do their duties, thus you are taking care of them, they are taking care of you. You are prospering, nourishing, helping each other. It is a symbiotic model of life. But people who have the parasitic psychology, where take but don't give, you exploit but do not replenish. That is what we have done to the nature. That is what we have done to the earth. We have dug so much, we have exploited the forests, we have exploited the animals, but we have not given anything back in return. When we do not give anything back in return, Shri Krishna Bhagavan, we have said right in this chapter, he calls such people as thieves. Stena evate. Stena evasaha. He is a stena. Stena means not. Stena means a thief. A robber. Stena evasaha. If you wanted the wood from the forest, why don't you plant 10 more trees? But we don't. And therefore, when we take something but don't return back, pay in some way of the other, stena. And Naraka is the gati of such a stena. Existence of suffering is what is destined by such people. Now, therefore, there are these people who have this parasitic psychology. They do not want a symbiotic model of life. They believe in parasitic take, and take. For people of this psychology, the teaching of karma yoga, the teaching of righteous life is useless. Therefore, they see the defect in it. And therefore, when they see the defect in it, why will they even bother to follow and practice it? Now, Sri Krishna Bhagavan speaks about those people who have, because of their parasitic psychology, they have rejected the teaching of Karma Yoga. What happens to them? Let us look at that in the verse number 32. Ye tve tadabhyasuyanto nanutishtanti me matam sarvajnana vimudhanstan vidhinashtana chetasaha ye tve tadabhyasuyanto nanutishtanti me matam sarvajnana vimudhanstan vidhinashtana chetasaha. Those who keep finding the faults where there are none. In what? In this teaching of Karma Yoga. Etadabhyasuyantaha. Etad means in this. What is this? The teaching of Karma Yoga. Abhyasuyantaha. Always they're not able to see the virtue in that which is really virtuous, not see the merit in that what is meritorious. They are not able to see the nobility in the teaching of Karma Yoga. Abhyasuyantaha. And therefore they all the time are crying, complaining about it. Nanutishtanti me matam. And therefore they do not practice this teaching of Karma Yoga. Me matam. Etad matam abhyasuyantaha. Tasmad te na anutishtanti. Me matam, my teaching. Sarvajnana vimudhanstan. And therefore Arjuna, know them to be destroyed, know them to be wasted. How? Sarvajnana vimudhans. They are confused and deluded about all the knowledges. Sarvajnana vimudhanstan. Nashtan, and they are nashta. Nashta means they are wasted. Achetasaha, those who lack discrimination, viveka. Now we are going to look at this verse as Bhagavan Bhashyakara and the teachers of Advaita Vedanta have explained. Ye to those who, now, which are the people who are being spoken about? Just by the addition of that word tu, which means tulana, compared to, in comparison with. So the people who are following Karma Yoga compared to them. Now, who are the other people? But those who do not follow, those who do not practice Karma Yoga. Who are those people? Purvokta Karma Yoga Paritaha, Viparitaha. Yetu Viparitaha. Yetu Viparitaha means those who are opposed, exactly opposed to it. Those people. And over here, we do not mistake that those people who do not follow Karma Yoga, because you are going to see there is a Karma Sannyasi, and then those people who have an enormous amount of desire because of which ambition, abnormal, विकृत महत्वाकांक्षा और वासनाओं से पीड़ित हैं. Those people, they will not follow karma yoga. So the karma sannyasi also doesn't have karma yoga because he is karma sannyasi. But is he counted over here? Is he the person whom Shri Krishna means? Those who do not follow karma yoga, does that include the jnani, the karma sannyasi? We say no. So by that too, the people who are other than karma sannyasi, who are other than the jnana margi, the jnani, and the karma yogi, then which is the third category of people left? Now here, people who are just nothing but buzzing bundles of those desires, like that, rotting. If you have ever seen a corpse that is getting rotted and the worms that are there, oozing out and buzzing over there, like that, people who are just for whom desires and sensual pleasures and power and position, and these are the only things which matter for them, these are the people meant over here who are viparitaha. Natu karma sannyasinaha, natu jnaninaha, jnana marginaha. These are the people. So viparitaha, Shankaranandji Maharaj says, durahankaraha. Those who have informidable egos, durahankaraha. Unconquerable egos, durahankaraha. Iti. That's why jnana yogibhyaha karma yogibhyaha bhinnaha iti bodhyam. By that, ye too, which are the people? People who are other than the jnana yogis and the karma yogis. Who are such people? Laukikaha, for whom only this desire fulfillment by hook or crook is the philosophy, is their guiding principle. Such people are meant over here in the shloka, ye tu iti bodhyam. So, ye tvedabhyasuyantaha nanutishtanti me matam etan mama matam. This my teaching. What is that teaching? Mokshartham karma mokshartham ishwararpana buddhya karma mumukshoho avashyam kartavyam iti. What is that teaching? Etan et mama matam. What is Shri Krishna's teaching over here? Mokshartham, for the sake of liberation, guided by the principle of liberation, the mumukshu should perform their duties, their karma, with an attitude of Ishwararpanam, with an attitude of offering to Ishvara. Okay? Avashyam kartavyam should definitely be done without any option. That is how the mumukshu should live his life or do his karma, do his duties. Not doing the duties so that others will appreciate, oh, what a dutiful person he is. No. So that, others will applaud, oh, what a good person he is. No. Why? Why is there this goodness? Why are you being so, honest? Why are you being so truthful? Why are you being non-violent? Ishwararpana buddhya. Because this is the way in which Parameshwara can be worshipped. Ishwararpana buddhya karma mumukshoho avashyam kartavyam. This is the way. This is the teaching. Now, about this teaching, what happens? Abhyasuyantaha, these are the people. Nindantaha, they censure this teaching. Nindantaha. Can somebody please suggest me a good word for ninda? Another word for ninda in English. To censure or to...
Backbiting.
Huh?
Backbiting.
Give me another word. Yet another word.
Condemning.
Condemning. Yeah, that also could be a good one. So these are the people who condemn, abhyasuyanta, nindantaha, atyantam dushayantaha. गाली गलोच करते हैं उसमें अत्यंतम दूषयन्तः. Nanutishtanti, and because of this, they do not practice karma yoga. Not practicing karma yoga, over here Bhagwan Shankaracharya says, Nanutishtanti means na anuvartante. They do not practice means they do not follow. This is a very nice thing. It gives you a little material to think. Do not practice means do not follow the teachings of Shri Krishna. Nanutishtanti, nanuvartante. Duragrahena madashyam na kurvate. And because of their obstinacy, insistence to hold on to their ways of condemning, censuring the teaching of Karma Yoga, they do not follow the Shasanam. Ajna means the Ishvara's Shasanam, the order of life, the order of nature. By following Karma Yoga, of course, the Antakarana Shuddhi can take place. It is the order, just as there is this natural order of life. If you drink water, the thirst will be satiated. If you eat food, hunger will be satiated. If you put your hand in the fire, it will burn the hand and there will be pain. So this is a natural order. There is nothing good, bad about it. It is the natural order. Similarly, there is this natural order. Follow the Karma Yoga and Antakarana Shuddhi will take place. So this is the natural order. This natural order is what is Ishvara's arrangement of life. This is the arrangement of life. Like that, Duragrahena, because of their obstinacy, because of their insistence in wanting to protect, wanting to keep their egos high, they do not accept this, do not follow Madashyam na kurvate. Who are these people? Sarvashyana vimudha. Vimudhan. Such people are Sarvashyana vimudha. Vimudha means deluded. Mudha means deluded, foolish. Fool is somebody who is doing foolishness, is deluded. And they are deluded in various ways. About what? About all the branches of knowledge. Sarvajnana vimudhantam. Sarveshu jnaneshu vividham mudhaha. Sarvajnana vimudhaha. Shankaracharya Bhagwan says, Sarveshu jnaneshu vividham mudhaha, and they are deluded in innumerous ways about everything. And what is everything? We will see that. But Anandagiri Acharya says, Saguna Nirguna Vishayani Jnanani. About what knowledge is? About the Saguna, that the Paramatma with attributes and Paramatma free of or without any attributes. So these are the only two Vishayas, according to Anandagiri Acharya. These are the two things to be known. Saguna Nirguna Vishaya. Vishayani Jnanani. About these knowledges, he is totally deluded. And so, this is one explanation. Shankaranandji Maharaj says, Sarvatmakatvat Brahma Sarvam iti uchyate. The word Sarva means Brahman alone. Sarva means all, everything. Why is Brahman called as Sarva? Because Brahman is the very reality of everything. Sarvatmakatva, because is the very self of everything. Just as the clay is the self of the cup, the pot, the plate, the pan, the pitcher. Clay is the self, is the reality of all these clay objects. So in different words, now when you have all this pot, pan, clay, what do they call, cup, everything kept over there, can you say all this is clay? All this is clay. Now, in this sentence, all this is clay. What is the meaning of this word all? What is the meaning of the word all? Will it not mean clay? It means clay. Like that, all this is Brahman, is Paramatma. And therefore, the word Sarva means Paramatma, Brahman. Sarvatmakatvat Brahma Sarvam iti uchyate. Tadvishayakam jnanam Sarvajnanam. Now knowledge in which Brahman is the subject matter of that knowledge, and therefore that knowledge is called as Sarvajnanam. Okay? Look at that. We are going step by step in understanding the word Sarvajnana Vimudhaha. Okay? So first we have understood the word Sarva, then we have understood the word Sarvajnanam, and now we have to understand the third part about it is Vimudhaha. Tasmin Vishaye Mudhaha. They are totally deluded, confused, ignorant about the Sarva, about the Sarvajnanam. Tasmin Vishaye Mudhaha. And that's why these people do not know what is Paramatma. How this Paramatma alone is this entire world and this that Paramatma is the very nature of the self and Paramatma is one and the same. Because they do not know, they are called as Sarvashyana Vimodhaha. And how are these people? Achetasaha. Achetasaha, Shankaracharya explains, Avivekinaha. How means those who are aviveki, lacking this discrimination. And Shankarananji Maharaj further says, how do they, therefore, what do they speak now? Karma bahusadhana sadhyam klesha bhuyishtam adrishta phalam ataha tat sannyasa eva paramasukham evam viparita buddhayaha. He brings in one more aspect to these people who are confused and ignorant. And he says, such people, in a hurried way, what do they say? The duties that we have to perform are so difficult to do. Karma bahusadhana sadhyam. So many things have to be there in place. Just even when you want to, cook food and feed your own baby, it would become so difficult. What is there? Don't do. You require rice, and then you have to have fire, and you have to have the right temperature, and so many things. Oh my God. And in a day, you have to feed so many times. Oof, this is too much. Bahusadhana sadhyam klesha bhuyishtam. And it is all filled with nothing but klesha. Difficulties. Adrishta phalam. So also now you say that you do your duties, that will create punyam, and that punyam will come back to you as occasions of joy, joyous experiences. So this is all adrishta phalam, unseen. Ataha, and therefore this karma by itself, do karma yoga, tat sannyasaha eva, give it up. And not to do only paramasukham evam viparita buddhayaha. And so these people are who? Tan. Though they want to give up karma, and so one category is that category where they see that Shri Krishna, they want to do karma but will not follow dharma or even the tenets of karma yoga. Tan sannyasan sannyasa anahar arhan, those sannyasa ayogyan, akarmanishtan, these are the people who want to simply become burdens. Okay? Vidhi, jani, he know them to be what? Nashtan, know them to be destroyed, wasted. Vinashtapun, what do you mean by wasted and destroyed? Vinashtapunya lokan. Nasham gatam naraka prapti sthavaradi janma prapti rupam. Nasham, that nasham means these are the people who have lost the opportunity to evolve themselves, for whom now their future births, etc., have got nothing joyous for them. There is only suffering over there. Nasham gatan, and therefore they will be locked up into such life forms where there is only suffering and suffering alone. Therefore, now the question is, Kasmat punaha tvadiyam matam nanutishtanti? If you are going to ask Shri Krishna Bhagavan, Lord, why then are these people not following the teaching of Karma Yoga? Why do they do not want to lead their life by the tenets of Dharma? Why? Tvadiyam matam nanutishtanti kasmat. Why? This is the question which is asked, and that will be answered in the next shloka, next verse, which we will see when we meet next. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। Om Shant Shant Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashyakritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyaptadehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Thank you all. Thank you very much.